The human brain is an amazing thing. Only 3 pounds, but it's the most complicated object known to science. Everything you know, everything you think, everything you feel arises from the 100 billion neurons and 100 trillion connections of your brain. Each of the individual neurons in your brain is basically a sack of water, fat, protein, and salt, a tiny chemical machine. So how do these unthinking and unfeeling neurons join together to give us thought, joy, sadness, music, the drive to create, the drive to destroy, and the ability to learn everything we know through experience? How the mind arises from the brain is one of the most fundamental questions of science, on par with the origin of life and the origin of the universe. The Center for Mind and Brain was founded in 2002 to bring together leading scientists from multiple disciplines to understand the human mind and how it arises from the interconnected mass of neurons that sits inside the skull. Our 19 core faculty come from many different disciplines, including psychology, neurobiology, engineering, linguistics, human development, and neurology. Although we have academic appointments in different departments, our laboratories are all together in 2 research-dedicated buildings, facilitating the kind of interdisciplinary collaborative approach that's needed to solve the mysteries of the human mind. Although most of our faculty are basic scientists who study how the mind and brain work in typical individuals, we collaborate extensively with other researchers on a variety of important applied issues, such as autism, attention deficit disorder, Alzheimer's disease, schizophrenia, anxiety and depression, hearing disorders, and the effects of nutrition on the developing mind and brain. Our research also addresses fundamental philosophical questions, such as the nature of free will, and important social questions, such as the origins and consequences of poverty. The Center for Mind and Brain is part of a broader intellectual community at UC Davis, with extensive connections to the Center for Neuroscience, which focuses mainly on the hardware of the brain, and the Mind Institute, which focuses mainly on neurodevelopmental disorders. Unraveling the mysteries of the human mind is a major challenge because we can't directly observe someone's thoughts, and we can't directly access the living tissue of a healthy human brain. We therefore rely on modern techniques that allow us to safely measure and manipulate the activity of the human brain from the outside. It costs a lot of money to pay for this technology and to support the brilliant scientists who use it. We therefore rely on grants from federal funding agencies, private foundations, and individual donors to support our research. Donations from individual philanthropists are particularly important because they can support radically new ideas, allowing these ideas to germinate and grow to the point where we can obtain large federal grants. Without the venture capital provided by these individual donors, many ideas would never have the chance to flourish. Because we're part of a public university, our mission includes education as well as research. We're committed to training the next generation of scientists, and at any given time, about 20 postdoctoral research fellows, 50 graduate students, and 165 undergraduate students are getting research experience in our laboratories. We're also committed to the idea that everyone can benefit from an understanding of the human mind and brain, so we teach courses on mind and brain to thousands of undergraduate students each year in a variety of academic disciplines. Our educational mission also spreads beyond UC Davis to the local region, to the state of California, and to the entire world. We share our research with both scientists and the general public by means of conferences and summer workshops. This includes an annual summit meeting that brings leading scholars from around the world to focus on an emerging topic of great importance. These summit meetings are open to the general public, and in many cases the lectures are available on YouTube. We're dedicated to sharing our knowledge with the entire world so that it has the biggest possible impact. Understanding how the interconnected neurons of the brain give rise to thoughts, emotions, and complex social interactions is not an easy task. But at the Center for Mind and Brain, our deep commitment and interdisciplinary approach is leading to real progress in both understanding the normal operation of the mind and brain and in developing new approaches to important medical and social issues. This is perhaps the single most exciting scientific challenge of the 21st century.